It is a big win for Gurnah, for Tanzania, and of course for the entire African literary sector. For some analysis on this now, let's bring in a renowned Nigerian author, Toni Kan. He joins us from Lagos. Toni, thank you for your time this evening. Abdulrazak Gurnah has been awarded the Nobel Prize for his work on issues like colonialism, the fate of refugees and displaced people. Interestingly, this comes amid renewed attention to questions of apologies, restitutions, and even the return of stolen goods by colonizers to Africa. What do you make of this timing, Toni? Do you think the giving of this award to Gurnah right now is a sign of the times?
Thank you for having me on your program. I mean, it's a big surprise. When you mention African writers or even East African writers, Gurnah is not the first person that comes to mind. But he's a well-deserved win. He's been working quietly, consciously over time, and I think he deserves this award. That said, the award is coming out at a time when there's renewed attention on Africa and issues of liberation and colonialism and imperialism. So in that sense, yes, it comes at a good time. And I know the Nobel Committee has also said that they are trying to be more diverse in those who win the prize. So this is good news in that sense. In terms of what it means for African writers, the second black African to win it. I think number 7, number 6, number 7. So Africa is being placed back again in front in the literature of the world. So it's a good feeling to have this news.
And just once again, looking at the themes covered in his work, that is being, of course, highlighted by the Nobel Committee. Gurnah published his first novel back in the late 80s. It's been 3 decades since he emerged as a writer, and we're seeing movements like Black Lives Matter. They're proving to be very necessary and very relevant. Toni, do you think we're still fighting many of the same battles in trying to change colonial and racial prejudices that persist today? It's the very same battles that Gurnah has been addressing for decades.
Yes, so what he's done, I mean, I was telling a friend today when the announcement came that Gurnah's work had been informed by trauma of separation, trauma of having to move abroad at a very young age, and being a refugee in the West. But in that travel from Tanzania to the UK, he internalized what it means to be an African, the other, in the center, which is Europe. So I think that his work has happened this for years, but it's good that now people are beginning to, we now begin to see what he has done with this. If you've read his book, Paradise, in the book when Yusuf travels to the Congo with Aziz Caravan, it's as if you are reading a new version of Conrad's Heart of Darkness, but now without the absence of Africans. So he while other writers like Ngugi and maybe Achebe in The Image of Africa shows polemics, he has chosen to tell the story in a nuanced way, and I think that's why this win is very important. We all can be strident, we all can be fiery, we can also speak quietly and make our point.
And indeed, the likes of Gurnah have opened doors, paved the way for many African writers that are publishing today. Talk us through just how younger writers and younger historians are perhaps shifting narratives about Africa.
You don't know what this means for us in Nigeria. Gurnah taught in Bayero University in the 80s, back when we also had Gerald Moore and Nuruddin Farah teaching in Nigeria. He's coming back to Nigeria in a few weeks' time as headliner for the Arcade Festival. So imagine what it means for us who will be opportunity to listen to him speak. We listen to the freshly minted Nobel Laureate. And what his win tells us is that the stories from Africa are valid. there's been a rush of stories recently about people who are moving abroad, who are doing the crossing to Europe, trying to find another life in the West. So this win is a way of saying, keep practicing what you're writing. It is valid. The world is reading, and one day, you get on the front burner and where it deserves to be. So young Africans who are writing now will feel the sense of, a validation for the kind of story they are telling, which might be the best story the West wants to hear, but it had an audience and they're listening and reading.
Indeed, as you say, African stories are very much valid. Thank you so much, Toni Kan, joining us there from Lagos. Now,